Daily Pink Slip. From the infamous Area 51 to the supposed hiding place of the Ark of the Covenant, we're counting down 10 ultra-secret places you can never visit. Number 10. It's already difficult enough to explore Vatican City as a civilian, but try getting into the secret archives. This locked-down library is a wealth of documents dating back to the 8th century, and the current pope owns everything up until a new pope comes in to take his place. Letters from Michelangelo and Henry VIII's request for a marriage annulment are just a few of the gems you'll find in the Vatican City archives, if you ever made it inside. Only scholars of the highest degree can apply for an entry card, but very few are actually granted access. Good luck! Number 9. In Ethiopia, you'll find a church called Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, but most know it as the Chapel of the Ark of the Covenant. Allegedly, this ancient church contains the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, that one. Of course, the only person that's allowed to view the Ark is a single monk that stands guard. This guard is appointed for life and usually names a successor before he dies. In other words, we have no idea if the Ark is really in there. But it doesn't matter because nobody's allowed inside anyway. Besides, it belongs in a museum! Number 8. Located in China, the Jiangxu National Security Museum houses all kinds of spy-related goodies. Guns disguised as lipstick, maps that look like a deck of cards, and even a phone disguised as a shoe. The only way you're getting in, however, is if you're a Chinese citizen. All foreigners are not allowed inside. For those that are allowed inside, photos are completely prohibited. Apparently, the Chinese government thinks that all their James Bond-esque spy toys from the 1960s are a matter of national security. So that means you're not allowed in, and you should probably cry about it. Number 7. 83 miles north of Las Vegas is one of the most well-known areas you're not allowed to mess around in. Area 51. Buildings and runways make up the majority of this property, but if you get anywhere near the base, you'll be promptly escorted out by an armed U.S. military personnel. No photos of the base are allowed. Most theories suggest that this base is used for experimental aircraft testing. That being said, let's just get right out and say it. Most think that a UFO crash landed and was taken to this site for reverse engineering for our own use. There may even be an alien corpse hanging out somewhere in a freezer. But one thing is for certain, it took all the way up to 2013 for the CIA to publicly acknowledge the existence of this base. We think something's up. Area 51 has appeared in a bunch of movies, including Independence Day and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Number 6. When you think of gold, you probably think of Fort Knox. But in actuality, you can visit the Fort Knox Army base with a valid state ID. What you can't visit, however, is the United States Bullion Depository. This is the building that people refer to when saying that it's locked up tighter than Fort Knox. The Bullion Depository contains the majority of the United States gold reserves. This is estimated to be about 3% of all gold that was ever refined. And no, you're not allowed inside. Surrounded by gates, minefields, barbed wire, armed guards, and of course the actual Fort Knox Army base itself, you'd have to be crazy to try and get in this joint. There hasn't even been a formal audit of its contents since 1930. You want the gold? It's in an underground vault with a 250-ton door on the front. Have fun! Number 5. Everyone of all ages is welcome at Disneyland. Well, sort of. There's an exclusive place in the heart of Disneyland called Club 33. It's a very formal restaurant and the only place in the park that sells booze. The best way to get a membership is to be invited by another member. Even if you're lucky enough to get an invitation, it costs a cool $25,000 for the initiation and another $10,000 a year just to keep your membership. If you do get in, you get full access to the club, early and free admission to the park, and of course the privilege of getting smashed at Disneyland. Our suggestion? Become a celebrity. Tom Hanks is a member. Number 4. As if the Russian KGB wasn't secretive enough, deep under Moscow lies a railway system that's completely inaccessible unless you're some secret Russian guy or something. Along with the civilian subway, there's an alternate secret subway known only as Moscow Metro 2. It supposedly connects federal buildings to other towns and airports and a really good place to get frozen yogurt. In 2004 and 2008, Vladimir Schmagegi-Facer confirmed the existence of the railway, but very few others have come forward with information about Metro 2. Eat fresh! Number 3. Even more well-kept than the Bush's baked bean recipe is the recipe for Coca-Cola. And if you think you're getting it, guess again. At the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta, the recipe's stored in a gigantic vault surrounded by cameras and those motion-sensing laser beams. Regardless, it's impossible to get inside this vault unless you're the Coca-Cola Santa Claus himself. Legend has it that only 2 people know their whole recipe at a time. These 2 recipe hogs aren't allowed to take the same plane just in case it goes down and you lose the secret recipe forever. But let's get real, it's in the vault. Number 2. Hiding in the Amazon, there's an area called the Javari Reserve. This protected area is home to more than 24 tribes that have no contact with the outside world. These indigenous people are sensitive to outside diseases and cultural dislocation. Brazil protects these tribes very closely, so no, you're not allowed to go show these tribes your cell phone, YouTube, or microwaves. These folks are discovered through satellite imagery, proving once again, nobody can hide from Google. Number 1. In southwestern France, you'll find the Lascaux Caves. This system of caves contains an impressive collection of caveman art. These Paleolithic cave paintings were discovered in 1940, and by 1948 they were open to the public. But due to all the contamination from the visitors, the paintings started to rapidly deteriorate. They had to completely close the caves to the public in 1963. They restored the paintings the best they possibly could, but it's still an uphill battle to preserve these artifacts. Only a few people are allowed inside the caves to monitor temperature and conditions or to perform restoration. To this day, the public is not allowed in the caves, so don't ask. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Do us a favor and subscribe to Daily Pink Slip. Click like, share with your friends, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, and leave your comments. A new Daily Pink Slip video just for you guys every Monday at 10 p.m. with more videos throughout the week. Don't miss it.